Okay, in this video I'm showing you how to import assets into After Effects. So this is, say you buy a template that you need photos for or video for, it's a slideshow or something that you want to put your own video or photos into. This is how you import your footage into After Effects. First, I like to be organized. So in your project window, click this little Create Folder button. It looks a little like a little manila folder. And then name it whatever you want. I'm going to name it video because I'm going to be importing video. You could name it photos or anything. Then you can right click and click import files or multiple files. Or what I like to do is just drag and drop. So I'm going to bring in just a couple videos that I've created recently for an example. So I have this tutorial. I'm going to just drag C into that video folder. And then I have another video I shot earlier today. Just drag it and drop. And there you have it within your video folder. Then within your After Effects projects, there will probably be a placeholder. So this is where they tell you to put your media. In this project, it's labeled Your Media. You can see Your Media 1, 2, and 3, these 3 tabs down here. And if it's not opened, you can see it up here in this folder. It says you change your text, image, or video here. So it might not be exactly like this in your project, but typically After Effects projects that you purchase on videohive.net or these other places are very well organized and tell you exactly where to put your media. And if you have a sequence up here that's not opened in your timeline down here, or you just don't know where it is, you can't find it, you can always double click these different sequences down here. So I have media 1. Now I want to make this video window a little bit bigger so that I can see it better. I can do that by changing this 50% magnification ratio to fit up to 100%. So this will fill up the entire screen right here of my video composition window. Okay, so then down here you have in your timeline you have different options. So you have your media layer, your texture layer, and the medium red solid layer, which is the background. And just to show you exactly what these are and what they're doing, I'm going to uncheck this little eyeball on the left side so that you can see that that's turning off this Your Media layer. And this is a text layer. Okay? Texture, I can turn on and off. That's kind of hard to see for you on the computer, but it has a little texture. And then this background, it's just taking off this background completely. So what do you do with your video or photo? So when you have a sequence or a placeholder sequence, you just drag and drop your video or photo onto this timeline, or you can drag and drop it right into the window right here. And you will see that a new layer was created in this timeline. Okay? So there you can scrub through it. This is the video I created, so I already added a few graphics you can see down here. But this was another video I made for Video School Online. And I can turn it on and off. And now notice if I put it beneath the Your Media text layer, the Your Media text appears on top of my video. If I put it beneath the texture, it appears beneath the texture. And maybe I want that texture over my video, but I don't want that Your Media text on my video. So I'm going to uncheck that eyeball right there next to the Your Media layer so it's not visible. You can also delete it by just selecting the layer and hitting delete on your keyboard. But I'm just going to leave it there for now. Now I'm going to go over to my Your Media 2 tab, which is the Your Media 2 sequence up here, or I can double click it. Again, I'm going to view it and fit it up to 100%. Then I'm going to take my second layer of video, and this time I'm going to drop it onto the timeline. Now you can move it forward and back by clicking and dragging it to the left or right. So depending on where you want the video to start, I can move it from left to right. I want it to start at the beginning. Okay. So now we have video in your media 1, and your media 2. Now if I tab over and select one of these sequences, one of these transitions, I can click number 1, and you can see now I show up in this video. Before I wasn't showing up. I'm going to fit this up to 100 so you can see it better. And what you notice down below is you see these layers named your media 1, your media 2. That's interesting. What that's doing, that's referring to this sequence, your media 1 and your media 2. So those sequences are actually quote unquote nested or pre-composed. Those are terms you don't need to know if you're just taking this to get by and do quick and dirty After Effects. But basically you pre-compose a sequence within your sequence. So it's like layers of sequences. And now if I scrub through this timeline, you can see this transition in effect. Now I could go to any number of these sequences. I'll go to 11 and I will scrub through it. You see that transition. Let's go to 17. Here's another one. Scrub through it. And you will notice I'm scrubbing through it just by clicking and dragging. Another thing you can do is press 0 on your keyboard if you have a full keyboard. So if you have the keyboard on the right side of your, like a whole number pad on the right side of your keyboard, then you can press 0 over there. If you have a small keyboard and you only have the numbers on top of the letters, then what you have to press is Control 0. Okay, so Control 0 on your keyboard if you don't have the number pad on the right side of your keyboard. And if you render it, that's actually what you call rendering. You're not exporting it, but you're rendering it. It's kind of computing all the effects that are going by, and it's a lot clearer, you can see. Now this goes to media 3. So there's 3 different effects that you're seeing, 3 sequences that it's calling upon. This first one, media 1, you see part of media 2 in the background right here, and then there's media 3 that I could add. But I'm going to leave it at that for now, and in the next lesson I'm going to be showing you how to change and edit text within your composition.